Hi. Welcome to Test Prep Training. Today we will discuss, how should you prepare for GMAT exam, and score 700 and above. First, it is important to know what is GMAT. Also known as, Graduate Management Admission Test Exam. It is a standardized exam used in the admissions decisions by, more than 7,000 graduate management programs worldwide, at approximately 2,300 graduate business schools worldwide. The exam has been built to help you gauge, and demonstrate to schools, your academic potential for success in graduate-level management studies. The exam has four parts, used to measure your analytical writing, integrated reasoning, verbal, and quantitative reasoning. These are high-order reasoning skills that, management faculty worldwide have identified as important for candidates. Moreover, these higher-order reasoning skills involving complex judgments, critical thinking, analysis, and problem-solving. Exam format. Firstly, we have the analytical writing assessment section consists of one essay. Second, we have the integrated reasoning section consists of graphical and data analysis questions in multiple response formats. The quantitative reasoning sections consist of multiple choice questions. Lastly, the verbal reasoning sections consist of multiple choice questions. What is the course outline? GMAT exam focuses on measuring higher order analytical skills, covering several types of reasoning. First section of analytical writing assessment asks you to analyze the reasoning behind an argument and respond in writing. Second section, about integrated reasoning, asks you to interpret and synthesize information from multiple sources, thereby to make reasoned conclusions. Third section, about quantitative reasoning, asks you to reason quantitatively using basic arithmetic, algebra, and geometry. Further, the verbal section asks you to read and comprehend written material, and to reason and evaluate arguments. We will now discuss in length about each section covered in the GMAT exam. GMAT is a 3.5 hours test with a maximum score of 800 points. The GMAT tests the candidate's abilities on various parameters. Further, the GMAT exam has four sections. First section is analytical writing assessment. The GMAT's analytical writing assessment helps business schools analyze the candidate's writing skills. It's scored separately from your 200 to 800 point score, on a scale from 0 to 6. Essays are scored by a human grade, and a computer grading system, and the two scores are averaged for your final score. Duration of this section is 30 minutes. It tests your ability to analyze an argument. Second is integrated reasoning section. To succeed in the business world, you'll need to analyze information from a variety of sources, develop strategies, and make decisions from that information. Duration of this section is 30 minutes. 12 questions are asked in this section. It tests your table analysis, graphics analysis, two-part analysis, and multi-source reasoning. Third section is quantitative section. The quantitative section of the GMAT test measures basic mathematical skills. It tests a candidate's understanding of elementary concepts in mathematics, learned at school, and the ability to reason quantitatively. The section involves solving quantitative problems, reasoning using quantitative techniques, and interpreting graphic data. Test section duration is 75 minutes. 37 questions are asked in this section. It tests your problem solving and data sufficiency skills. Last is verbal section. The verbal section of the GMAT exam measures the test taker's ability to read and comprehend the written material, reason and evaluate arguments, and correct written material to express ideas effectively in standard written English. Time duration of this section is 75 minutes. 41 questions are asked in this section. It tests reading comprehension, critical reasoning, sentence correction. Expert Corner. In reality, there is no passing or failing when we talk about the GMAT exam. This is to say there is no official way to qualify your result. However, a low GMAT score will certainly keep you out of your dream MBA business school. You should understand that every programs accept a wide variety of GMAT scores, based on their level of selectivity. Let us suppose at Stanford, the average GMAT score for getting through is approximately 730, where on the other hand it is 580 at the Wake Forest School of Business. Therefore, before you figure out how to pass the GMAT, it is very important to set a GMAT passing score for you. The question then arises how to define that magic number? This purely depends on where you're applying. Tips to pass GMAT exam. First, learn the GMAT format thoroughly. First and foremost, you should by heart learn every detail about the GMAT format. One way to do this is by taking computerized adaptive GMAT practice tests. Second, practice real GMAT questions. One of the best way to measure your progress as you prepare for the GMAT is to practice with real-time GMAT exam questions. Third, work on your basic skills. The primary aim of GMAT exam is to assess your fundamental skills in quantitative reasoning and logical reasoning, as well as reading comprehension. Focus on addressing any gaps in your knowledge of the basics that will help you succeed on the exam. Fourth, focus on your weaknesses. Focus on identifying your error patterns, as it will give you the biggest improvement in terms of your score. Therefore, if you avoid repeating the same mistakes, you can easily break through and make it to the list. Fifth, improve your timing. Keep a track of how long each question should take you in each section of the GMAT. You should improve your timing through drills. It is also very important to customize practice questions designed to improve your accuracy. For more such videos, subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for future updates. Also visit our website